So now that we've created the Facebook ad, we now have to set up the integration for that Facebook form so the leads feed into the CRM system. So what we're going to do is, if you don't already have your Facebook account added, you're going to add a new account. You're basically logging into Facebook, needless to say. Now, because that page is also connected to my existing Facebook account, I could simply just refresh this. So by refreshing this, I just would update the settings, and I've already done it, but I would just select the new page that I want to be able to access that form for. You go next, you go done, you go yes, we're all good, everything's set. And then we have to create the integration. So when creating the integration, we're going to select the page that we're using. So in this case, it was just the Crystal DeVries page. And then we use that form, the Mississauga over 1 million. So once we've selected that form, it cannot be used again in an integration. So that's where on Facebook, you're going to want to have multiple forms. You can't use the same form for each ad you're running unless it's the same criteria, essentially, in the system. Often enough, it's not. So it's just simpler to create multiple forms. Now, you are going to want to specify the lead type. So in this case, this would be a buyer lead that came in. So when a lead came in, they're looking for listings over 1 million. So that's a buyer lead. And now for the source and the tag, you have a couple options. So if you don't already have sources or tags created, you're going to go into your settings and click on tags and create the tag that you want and create the sources that you want to create. So when it comes to sources, everyone is a little bit different. Some will have it so that their source is exactly their ad, Mississauga over 1 million Facebook kind of thing, so that they can really tell through the source where that lead came from. Some will just use a Facebook source so that they can see all their Facebook leads and then identify them through a tag. So the tag could be the Mississauga over 1 mil. That sort of thing. So entirely up to you as to how you set yours up. It's going to be how you're going to want to filter your leads at a later date. So in this case, I'm just going to do source Facebook. I don't think I have anything. Okay, so here's Facebook ad Mississauga buyers. This is an example there. Now, when that lead comes in, we need to now specify the listing criteria. So we are selecting sending listings right away. It is highly encouraged that you do that. These people are signing up for listings. You want to get them that information right away while they're in that current mindset. We then need to tell the system what city those listings should be coming from. So in this case, it's Mississauga, and the type of home. So this is where in your ad itself, you might want to be specific to avoid sending people like a whole slew of listings. So, a type in your ad could be, luxury condos in Mississauga over 1 million. That would definitely mean you're setting them up to only receive condo listings, or family homes in Mississauga over 1 million. In that case, you may want to have like the detached homes or townhomes or semis, that sort of thing. So in this case, you can select multiple, but because I didn't really specify, I am going to select all of them just as an example. So you can definitely select as many as you want to in here. And then we need to select the lead gen website that they're going to be receiving those listings from. Now, with respect to community neighborhood, this is only applicable if you are specifically indicating that in your ad. So if you wanted to target an exact neighborhood, you definitely can. Keep in mind these are the board community neighborhood names, not what the public refers to them as, but what the board refers to them as. So you would type those in, comma separated, no space. In this case, we're leaving it open. We haven't narrowed it down. It was never mentioned that they're only going to get listings in a specific neighborhood or anything like that. So we're leaving that open. In the minimum price point, maximum price point, we're going to want to put something. So in here, for example, minimum price, it's listings over 1 million. So we're going to put in 1 million. If you really wanted to get, super technical because it said over 1 million, you can do 1,000,001. I'm sure they're not going to, criticize you for having $1 million listings in there. So that's the minimum price point. I'm not going to put a maximum because we want everything over $1 million. So once that's done, we're just going to click Save, and the integration is complete.